So over the winter, I took a couple of my nieces and nephews to Kalahari. And they're just getting to that age where they're tall enough to ride some of the rides there. So I was really excited to take them there and to take them on the rides. And so I took them on a ride or two, and they didn't really love it. They were a little bit scared. And so I said, well, we could do anything here. What do you want to do? And they said, we want to go in the lazy river. So we went to the lazy river, and we went around once and twice and 3 times and 4 times. They wanted to stay in this lazy river. And it was driving me nuts because we have all these rides that you could go on, and that's all they cared about. So every time I took them to try a ride, I said, what do you want to do next? And they said, lazy river. So we went back to the lazy river. And it was interesting because Jesus says in the gospel, turn and become like children. Right? So the children loved being on the lazy river. And it was interesting because that was very difficult for me. I didn't want to be on the lazy river. I wanted to try to get in every single ride that they had there. And all they wanted was the lazy river. And so after a while, I learned that I could just float with them and forget about everything else and just go around and around the lazy river because that's what they wanted to do. In the gospel today, Jesus says, come to me, all you who are weary. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart. It was funny because last month, my spiritual director, after I got done talking about everything and going to confession, he said to me, your penance is to pray with Jesus and just go with him on the lazy river. And I was like, I didn't even tell him this. And so for the last month, a lot of my prayer has been imagining just being on a lazy river with Jesus by my side. And it's been pretty wonderful, especially in this summertime, just to imagine that. And over the last month, as I've been praying with that, it brought me such peace. Like even falling asleep, I would just imagine my bed was on the lazy river and Jesus was there with me, and all my cares just drifted away. And so as I've been praying with this and thinking about you and thinking, how can I talk about this? One of the things that brings me relaxation is music. And so I actually wrote a song for you, just for you. And the song is called Lazy River. And I hope when I'm done, that little kid is going to say, yeah, and cheer for me. So the chorus is pretty easy, and it'd be kind of nice if you sang the chorus with me. It goes like this. Come to me, all you who labor and burden, float with me on this lazy river. Can you do that with me? Come to me, all who labor and burden, float with me on this lazy river. Take my yoke and learn from me. Rest with me and you will be free. Let your cares drift away. Don't worry about tomorrow, enjoy today. Come with me, all you who labor and burden. Take my yoke upon this lazy river. Float with me and I will refresh you. Trust in me, I always come through. Close your eyes, feel the sun on your face. Let me be your resting place. So come to me, all you who labor and burden. Float with me on this lazy river. For I'm meek and humble of heart. I have been with you from the start. Just look into my eyes and see. I always want you here with me. Oh, come to me, all you who labor and burden. Flow with me on this lazy river. You shall find rest for your souls. Trust in me, let go of control. Just relax, enjoy the view. Don't work so hard, I'll fight for you. Oh, come to me, all you who labor and burden. Float with me on this lazy river. My yoke is sweet and my burden light. Let your weary soul take flight. Float with me, let go of your concern. With me on the river, you can always return. Oh, come to me, all you who burden. Flow with me on this lazy river. Come to me, you who labor and burden. Float with me on this lazy river. One more time. Come to me, all you who labor and burden. Float with me on this lazy river. So let yourself float with the Lord. Allow yourselves to have a summer that is lazy. Spend some time really making Sundays the Sabbath day. Rest with God. And whenever you find yourself labored or burdened, maybe you can just float with him on the lazy river.